Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a neutral cut crease. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, turn your notifications on so that you're notified every single time I upload. Give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and yeah. I'm starting off taking the Maybelline Better Skin Concealer in the shade Light Medium. I'm putting that all over my eyelid and just tapping it in with my finger. That's going to be the base for all of the eyeshadows. I'm going to be using the Tartelette Toasted palette, just taking the shades Cashmere and Warmth. I'm going to use a fluffy brush to blend those two shades throughout my crease from inner to outer corner, blowing it out a bit. Now it's easiest if you place the color first and then try to blend it out, because that base is sticky. I didn't wing out the eyeshadow at all. I kept it pretty round. I also kept blending, and that's what you want to do. You really want to keep blending. The next shade I'm taking is the shade Latte. I'm taking that on a slightly flatter brush, but it's still very fluffy. I'm going to put that basically everywhere where I put the previous shade, just keeping it a little lower. And then I'm going to take the first brush that I used, and I'm going to use that to blend the two together so there are no harsh lines. You want to take your time with that as well. The smaller brush, I'm grabbing the shade Cozy. It's a reddish warm brown. I'm placing that in the inner and the outer corners of my eye, kind of like you would when you're doing a halo eye. And then I'm gonna use the previous brush that I used to blend it out. I took my time with this. I did have to go back in and build that color up, just because when you blend so much, eventually you're gonna lose a little bit of that opacity, which is normal. Now with the next shade Fireside, I'm going to do the same thing that I did with Cozy. I'm going to place it in the inner and the outer corner, and then I'm going to connect that, and I'm going to blend it out with the brush that I used with the previous shade. I was out of frame for most of this, and all you can see is my forehead, but I'm about to zoom out so you can kind of see what I did. You're gonna see me go back in with that first brush that I used. Like I said, it is important to blend, so I did take my time with it. This is sped up, so it's not even half the amount of time that I spent blending. Now using some concealer on the back of my hand and a flat brush, I'm going to be cutting my crease. Ideally, you would just place some concealer on your eyelid, look up, and that's how far you bring up your cut crease. But for me, it was a little bit too high for this look, so I decided to just map out the shape that I wanted myself. And I decided to keep it a little bit more round for this look. The best way to do this is to just stamp on the concealer instead of dragging it across your lid. It'll give you a little bit more control, and it'll keep the concealer from blending with the eyeshadows underneath. I left about a third of my eyelid without the concealer on the outer part. Using my finger, I'm just going to blend out that edge between the concealer and the shadows so there's no harsh lines. With that second shade that I used, Latte, I'm going to place that right there on the edge of that concealer as well to help with the blending. Now it's going to look a little patchy right now, but I did go in with the darkest shade later in the video to deepen up that outer edge. Taking the shade Sunset on my finger, I'm just going to apply it to the center of my lid. I found that it was more pigmented like that, and I'm just going to use the brush to reach to that edge. In the inner third of my eye, I use the shade Candle. This is a very shimmery, I wouldn't say white because it's not very pigmented. It's more of a shimmery topper, but it's still very pretty. And that's why I also didn't want the concealer to mix in with the shades underneath. And as you can see here, I went in with that dark shade Fireside to place into my outer corner, and I went back and forth just blending that outer part in with the shimmer. I probably should have done it before, but I didn't. So I'm taking that small brush, and because it has like a very small tip, I'm just using that to go against that edge just for more of a contrast between the dark and the light shades. I really debated whether I should keep this part of the video in or not, because I didn't go too much into detail about all of this. I kind of just rushed through this part, but I also do want to make another video just to go into detail because I do have oily and sometimes textured skin. So I did want to make a video specifically, with some tips or just things that I do that work best for me. Comment down below, or just comment any other ideas that you might like to see. I will list all the products that I use in the description box. For the under eye, I followed the same order that I did on the lid. I used Cashmere and Warmth first, and then Cozy and Fireside. It's honestly one of my favorite parts of the video just because of the highlight. Like, even though you can see texture and the highlight isn't like too bright, I think that the lighting was perfect, which I'm proud of. So make sure to like the video and I'll keep posting. Also, I'm gonna take the shade Candle and I'm gonna just bring that into the inner corner just for some shine. And then I'm gonna apply some mascara and some false lashes. Now, I suck at putting false lashes on, especially on camera, so there's like a few clips of that in here, but they aren't good. Just apply your favorite lashes. I honestly got mine from Wish a while back and they were the only clean pair that I had, and I was too lazy to clean the other ones, to be honest. I just stacked them and I put them on. Here was pretty obvious where the fake eyelash stopped, so I just put in an individual lash so it wouldn't look so ugly, and then I went in with a black eyeliner to tightline just to hide any space that there could be between my lash line and the band of the fake eyelashes. To finish it off, I just put some MAC lip liner and Too Faced liquid latex. I don't remember the names of the shades, but I will put the names down below in the description. That'll be it for this video. Make sure to leave a comment, subscribe, like the video, and I will see you guys in my next video.